There was nothing else at all in the whole world but football.
Welcome to the Triple F. This is Simon W. on the morning of the Belgium-Portugal R16 matchup. What an absolutely fabulous game to have at this stage of the tournament. The world's #1 team against the current European champions. Truly a clash of the titans, truly the kind of game that would easily grace a World Cup or a European Championship final. Both teams have a lot going on in terms of their internal dynamic and their mindset. The Portuguese, always really the underdog, always likely to spring a surprise, and with literally a fantastic roster, the kind of roster that any team would want, littered with players that play in some of the best leagues and teams in Europe. And then the Belgians with their golden generation. I was looking at the team. I thought Belgium would play about an hour ago. In fact, it was the game they played against Finland. And my goodness me, they have really brought back their big guns. If we look at the Belgian team for today, very, very simple 3-4-2. They're bringing back in Vertonghen, Vermaelen, and Alderweireld. One thing I would say about those three as a back three is they definitely should be playing as a back three, because they're going to lack pace, and they're going to need their wing backs of Meunier and Tor Hazard to track back and help and make a back five, especially also with Tielemans sitting in. But yeah, that they have experience all over the park. The midfield, the centre mid of Witsel, a stalwart for Dortmund this season, a real star in the Bundesliga. And then Youri Tielemans, another one of the great Brendan Rodgers signings. He has developed him beautifully at Leicester, had a great season for them, just signed a new long-term contract with them. And then the front three, Lukaku up top, Eden Hazard in centre left, De Bruyne centre right. These guys are going to pull the strings all day. A lot has been said about Lukaku's first touch. I don't buy it. The guy is an animal. He is a fantastic player. He is a very intelligent player who drops off. I think his first touch has improved. Great power in his shot. Fantastic in the air. I think he is one of the world's top strikers. I can see him getting at least a goal today. Turning our attentions to the Portuguese. Well, here's something to think about with the Portuguese. Fernandes, the great Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United, is on the bench. He is surplus to requirements to start the game today. They are going to play 4-3-3. It looks like they're going to have Ruben Diaz, the best defender in the Premier League, and Pepe in the center. Dalot and Guerrero on the outside, so they're going to play a back four. Renato Sanchez, and Moutinho are going to run the middle, and again up front, spoiled for riches. Diego Jota of Liverpool is going to play out to the left. Bernardo Silva of Man City will be on the right. And the great man, the enigma, the legend of the 21st century, Cristiano Ronaldo, will be up top. A lot of firepower. Now, I think the Belgians are going to play with a lot more pressure. I feel like their golden generation is slipping away. But they are a very solid team. I could very easily see Belgium controlling this and scoring 2 and 3 goals, and this being a very easy evening for them. But conversely, I can see the Portuguese soaking up a lot of pressure, and they have the ability to break fast and to break effectively and to hit Belgium on the counter-attack. And of course, you've always got the opportunity for a Ronaldo free kick or a header off a set piece. And so this is a very difficult one to call. I think it's going to be 2-1. As I'm giving this preview, I'm not quite sure who it's going to be to. I'm going to go with a solid Belgian 2-1. Could very easily be the other way. Could very easily be something that stretches all the way to extra time. I just think you have so many superstars here who can turn a game. I do think one area of the field to specifically look at is in the first half, especially the Portuguese are going to look to soak up pressure. I do think Belgium are going to control the game. Look for that Portuguese fast break to come hard and fast on top of Vertonghen, Vermaelen, and Alderweireld, who I've already identified are a slow, aging back three for Belgium. That could be an area of vulnerability. All right, guys, so 2-1 to Belgium. I will see you after the game, and we will see how wrong I was. Enjoy. 1-0 to Belgium. What an interesting game we just had there, Portugal-Belgium in the last 16. Yeah, breathtaking at times, cynical to the point of being ridiculous at times. Settled by 1 goal from Torgan Hazard, who plays for the great Borussia Dortmund in Germany. Ball was going to the goalkeeper's right, pulled all his weight on his right foot. It bent back to the left. Poor guy just couldn't get enough on it. Yeah, what an interesting game. Despite what I said, Portugal really didn't pour it on in the first half. They really only started to play and really were an attacking threat from about the 80th minute. It's a shame that they didn't really get to that cutting edge or try to have a cutting edge before that. Anyway, yeah, Belgium really managed. I would have to say Belgium really managed the game. And the North London centre-backs, 2 former Tottenham and 1 former Arsenal player, really played far better than I thought they were going to be. Same old problem for Portugal. A lot of attacking threat, but no final product. As we saw right after halftime, they brought on Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, the wonder kid, and they even brought on the big Eintracht Frankfurt number 9, Silva. Didn't make a lot of difference. It seemed to me that they were looking for after about an hour to 60 minutes, they were basically looking to play out their way to free kicks, set pieces, and maybe a penalty for Cristiano Ronaldo. We had some pretty pathetic performances from Pepe and Bruno Fernandes, flopping on the ground, grabbing their faces, etc., etc. It's just a shame that they didn't put more of that effort into playing, because after the 80th minute, they really put their foot on the pedal and they started to have shots. They hit the post. They brought a couple of great saves out of Thibaut Courtois. If they'd done that from maybe the hour mark or maybe even in the first half, we would have had a much, much better game from them. The Belgians, as I said, they were organized. They used their experience. Really a scrappy victory in many ways for them. And they now go to a quarterfinal against Italy. This is something I think we need to just quickly touch on here. The Belgians are going to have to improve in a number of areas. Firstly, they're going to hope that Eden Hazard's had a cramp and not a hamstring pull or a hamstring strain, because he definitely wouldn't play next game. Kevin De Bruyne, again, goes off. He's got to stay on the field. His fitness has got to be a concern. His level of fitness and his durability has got to be a concern. They've also got to play faster. They've got to play faster in the attacking third. Thankfully, the back 3 survived. I don't know if that back 3 really are going to have the ability to win the tournament and provide that backbone. They survived today. And, good old Lukaku. I love the player. He ran his tail off today, but they need another option up front. They really, really do. He looked tired. He was fairly ineffective. Certainly the last 15 minutes, he looked out on his feet. So I'm not quite sure what options they're going to, Roberto Martinez and Thierry Henry are going to put up front there. But what a great win for Belgium. They march on to Italy. The Portuguese, the European champions, have been dethroned. The golden generation, the Belgian squad, go on. And again, I think a few things need to be tinkered with, but a big heavyweight matchup today. Didn't quite have the fireworks that we wanted. It would have been great to have a few more goals, but a very clinical and very managing performance from Belgium. I will talk to you soon. See ya.
Thank you so much for listening to the Triple F. If you could please drop a like on our Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, that would be massively appreciated. Hope you're all keeping safe, and thanks again for listening to the Triple F.